Jon Gruden, the cancellation of Jon Gruden, who at the time when that happened, we sat here and we said, I wonder if he's going to do anything. You know, does he have any grounds to sue? Does he have anything like that? And as it turns out, it looks like Jon Gruden at least does believe he has the grounds to sue. Not necessarily the Raiders, but definitely the NFL and Jon Gruden himself. And that's what we found out yesterday. The news dropped that, yeah, Jon Gruden is going to sue this miserable fuck Roger Goodell, as well as the entire NFL, if I can actually get that to go and not give everyone a seizure. Jon Gruden sues NFL and Roger Goodell. You destroyed my career. Is that the same picture we're using for the thumbnail?
Yeah, that is.
I think so, yeah.
Look at that.
That's
There
good. That's good.
That's the same Jon Gruden one right there. Jon Gruden is accusing the NFL and Roger Goodell of conducting a malicious and orchestrated campaign to destroy his career and reputation. It's all spelled out in a new lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports and filed in a Nevada court on Thursday, in which Gruden says Goodell and the NFL obtained his private emails with his friend and former coworker, Bruce Allen. The head coach accused the NFL and its commissioner of holding the emails for months only to leak them when they could cause maximum damage to Gruden. And that's what we saw. We saw these leaks come out from the NFL. It was just that one about Maurice, I forget his name. God, DeMaurice Smith. Smith, head of the NFLPA. We saw that one leak. And then the NFL pressured them to fire him, and the Raiders didn't. So then what did they do? They strategically started to leak more emails to the press. We called it from the beginning. This was an orchestrated campaign. You could tell. And now Jon Gruden is calling them out and trying to hit them in the pocketbook. And I love it. I love this shit. I know Jeremy probably does too.
I'm loving it, but I'm kind of just astonished that the NFL would put themselves in this position because now, again, from a legal standpoint, and I mean, I don't understand a lot of this, but I mean, we're going to probably talk to some people that probably will understand that maybe on Tuesday. So we might bring this up on Tuesday night's main event to kind of understand that. But for me, like, this seems so obvious from a outsider standpoint to go, it's clear what they did to this man. It's obvious. And I can't believe they would put themselves in this position. But here we are, because they really specifically targeted him. They only leaked his emails, and then they actively didn't leak any others. And it just seems like a painfully obvious situation here. So I'm interested to see how it all plays out. But Gruden has the motivation, Gruden has the case, and he has the money to kind of go after them aggressively. And I don't see how anything can stop him from pressing forward on this at all. Because it's not like they can do a hush-hush payment out of court. You know, sorry. Like, Jon Gruden has way too much money. He's what? I think Ian Rappaport tweeted it out, but, you know, he's like 57 years old, he's got a lot of money, and he's the worst nightmare for the NFL right now. You know what I mean? Because he's not going away.
Yeah, and it's not about money. It's not about settling out of court. It's about his reputation.
Right.
And that's because he's got money. That's what the NFL and Roger Goodell took from him, is his reputation.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, you know, this is supposed to be about the Washington Redskins, and yet no emails about Dan Snyder have been leaked. Nothing from the Washington Redskins got leaked to the media when it's an investigation about workplace misconduct with them. The only thing we find out is Jon Gruden from his own private emails. Now, that should scare the hell out of everybody when your own private emails get leaked out there like that, because I know there's some legal ramifications, you know, with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I see a lot of people in the chat, you know, bringing stuff up. He got fired because he called Goodell a pussy. He got fired because he basically said Biden's a fucking idiot. Obviously, Jon Gruden doesn't align. His thought process doesn't align with the majority of the woke NFL. Probably a lot of the owners he may align with as far as those things go. But in terms of the public image that the NFL is trying to portray, absolutely not. That's totally one of the reasons that this has happened to Jon Gruden. Not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, and for the record, you know, Roger Goodell is a pussy. He absolutely is. And I think that, again, I don't understand the legal stuff, so maybe there's something I'm missing, but like from the outside looking in, this just seems like an obvious slam dunk case. You know what I mean? It seems like a slam dunk for me. So I'm really happy that he's doing this. And again, from a motivation standpoint, he's got all the motivation he needs. He's got all the money he needs. And he's at an age where, yeah, he's really just focused on clearing his name, and that's it. And I just hope he presses forward and takes them down, because fuck them for what they did to him.
Yeah.
It's such bullshit what they did to him. And again, if they could do that to him, they could do that to anyone. Everybody should be upset about this, dude. This is a new precedent, like leaking private emails from 10 years ago when he wasn't even linked to the NFL, just so they can throw him under the bus. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and I hope that there is no settlement, because when you start talking about settlement, we get no details about it. I hope this thing plays out completely so we know exactly what the ruling is if Jon Gruden actually wins. But the NFL may be trying to push to settle if they feel like, well, we're going to lose this. But hopefully Gruden does not settle this, because we want the NFL. I want all this out there for everybody to see.
I think that the only thing will be proving their intent, right?
Right.
Because in something like this, it's kind of difficult to prove it was their intention to try to destroy Jon Gruden's career like this, that they intentionally like doled these things out this way, that sort of thing. So you'll have to have communications, you'll have to have text, you have to have something that shows that it was a planned thing, that it was their intention to do this. And that's where it gets difficult.
Yeah, that's where it gets difficult. I mean, the reason why the Covington school kid that sued CNN was able to pretty much, win that case, because CNN was just slamming him publicly, and the NFL really hasn't said anything publicly in the media about these Jon Gruden emails. So I guess that was more of a slam dunk than this one, but hopefully in the end, Gruden still wins.
Yeah, basically all we've heard from the NFL is these claims are meritless. We will defend it vigorously. So we'll see what happens. I think this is something that could last quite a long time, and we haven't heard the end of it. But good for Jon Gruden for sticking to his guns and defending his reputation like we all knew was under attack by the NFL.